Life on Earth operates on an epic scale. A single microscopic cell divides, building a massive creature capable of navigating the ocean. Many students approach biology as a tedious chore, a long list of Latin names to be memorized for a test. They see the labels, but they often miss the interconnected reality those names describe. This disconnect is rooted in an anthropocentric view of the world. For most of history, humans viewed themselves as the center of existence, entirely separate from the biological processes of other living things. Early humans looked at the world with a mixture of awe and fear. They saw powerful, chaotic forces they couldn't control, like a crashing ocean, and assigned them divine status to explain their power. This same reverence applied to the living world. Rather than investigating the biology of plants and animals, humans often deified them, letting superstitions stand in for a real understanding of their destructive power or essential roles. Because these early societies viewed nature through an emotional lens, our actual knowledge of biological processes remained stagnant for centuries. To understand the mechanisms of life, humanity had to move past fear-based myths and develop a formal system to decode the natural world. The first challenge for scientists was the sheer density of the environment. Our Earth is home to millions of distinct species, existing in a swirling mass of overlapping biological data. Survival and study required order. Scientists had to develop detailed systems of identification, nomenclature, and classification to turn this chaos into a searchable record. Ernst Mayr, often called the Darwin of the 20th century, was a central figure in this effort. He championed the taxonomist perspective, using classification to organize the biological world into clear, traceable lineages. Taxonomy provides the specific codebook needed to read and organize the data within the living world. This syllabus for Unit 1, Diversity in the Living World, functions as a map for that codebook. Chapters 1 and 2 explain how we group millions of organisms into a logical system. Chapters 3 and 4 introduce the plant and animal kingdoms. Mastering these 4 chapters provides the analytical lens needed to see the structure connecting all living things. As we began classifying species, we discovered a pattern. Completely different organisms share identical skeletal traits. Humans, bats, and whales are linked by a shared internal architecture. These similarities extend vertically through time. Every living organism traces back to a single ancestral point. This realization changed our perspective on our place in the world. We aren't the masters of a separate kingdom. We are one small part of a massive shared biological lineage that includes the humpback whale. That understanding is what drives modern conservation efforts. When we protect biodiversity, we aren't just saving nature. We are protecting our own extended biological family.